Guys, hello. What was I wanna clear the entire map and finish with a crusade mod. I got that, I got Diran's quest, I got Sila's quest. And I got Baphomet and the Queen. And that's it. I only got 35,000, what the fuck? Fatigued. You know what, I'm curious just to see if I'll spot anything at all. Just quickly. Since I got huge perception. Weird how the entire thing here is empty. Oh. It is a warm, sunny day in the wound, perhaps too warm and sunny. The Sarkorian wastelands are roasting in the heat of the purple, shimmering sun. Even demonic plants are unable to survive here. They suffocate in the red dust of the plains. A hot wind sweeps across the wastelands, leaving the commander with a taste of ash and sulfur in his mouth. The commander can see for miles around in every direction. If there were enemies nearby, they would not be able to sneak up on him unnoticed. However, it does not look like anyone survived the excruciating heat in the wound. The only sign of life is the sound of insects buzzing nearby. Their chittering noises sound like harsh, rasping laughter. The heat causes the air to shimmer slightly, and through the haze the commander notices the walls of a city rising up a short distance from the road. Is this a lost Sarkorian city, a demonic trap, or just a trick of the mind? The walls look real, but perhaps they're only a mirage. Yeah. The commander realizes that it's impossible to tell from this distance, so he decides to explore the mysterious city. Move along, explore. The walls are partially buried in red sand, and as the commander draws closer, he realizes that this is not a city, but sun-bleached remains of Sarkorian settlement. The buzzing grows louder, and the commander can see Vescavors perched on the stone slabs as they bask in the sun. The husks of their dead kin crunch beneath the commander's feet with every step. The commander notices rotten wooden pillars covered in faded Sarkorian runes. The tops of the pillars have been gnabbed into sharp points, making them look like long wooden stakes. The highest of these pillars seems to be a signpost in the middle of what used to be a busy crossroads. The passage of time has worn away all but 3 words of this signpost: square, marketplace, and gem. The commander decides to try to identify the city using knowledge of Sarkorian. Nenia looks around and recognizes the surrounding streets. She has seen them depicted on some ancient maps. The drawings on the walls depict horses and herds of sheep, offering further confirmation of the commander's theory. This is Domora, a city of herdsmen that was lost a long time ago. The commander recognizes the majestic temple of Gozrech that towers over the other buildings. This temple used to be a local landmark and attracted countless pilgrims. The underground aqueducts built under the temple supply the city with drinking water, sourced from a lake that has long since dried up. The commander is sure that this is Domora, but its appearance here is inexplicable. The city of Domora was located far away on the western border of ancient Sarkores. However, there are many strange phenomena and anomalies in the world. This must be simply one of them. Perception, search for the Westcover Queen. Lan examines the houses closely. It looks like a battle took place here. The walls of the houses have been damaged or destroyed, and all that is left of the roofs are a few wooden beams. When the commander turns his attention to the insects, he notices that all the Westcovers seems to be flying in a single direction towards the city square. Go to the square. The winding street that leads to the square is lined with partially destroyed houses. Many of them only have 3 walls, and others are nothing more than piles of rubble. The commander notices more and more Vescovers flying around, and the air is filled with a strange acrid smell. The square is completely empty, but the doors of Gozrek's temple swing open. A woman emerges through them and begins to limp toward the commander. She is stripped to the waist, and it looks as though insects are squirming beneath her skin. Livor mortis has discolored her withered, shriveled flesh, turning it a blotchy purple color. She opens her mouth to speak, but the words come out in a low buzz that is neither masculine nor feminine. Verbovezor welcomes you, esteemed guest. Please make yourself at home. The woman falls silent and then collapses to the ground. A small swarm of Vescavors flies out of her motionless corpse. The insects hover near the commander, as if awaiting for him to follow them. The commander decides to. Follow the swarm. The swarm flies through the air, unhindered by the obstacles on the ground. The commander has to climb over debris and walk through partially collapsed buildings to follow the buzzing insects. Finally, the swarm flies down into a blissfully cool dark hole beneath one of the walls. It does not look large enough for a person to fit through. The commander decides to. The Vescovers buzz impatiently as if urging the commander to follow them. Examine the walls and try to find another way underground. Try and widen the hole. Try to squeeze through the hole. Examine the wall and find another way underground. Wait. And mobility check. 3147, it's a huge check. Burn the place to the ground. Len feels along the sides of the walls and finds a hidden door. He presses a nearby stone, triggering a mechanism that causes the door to swing open with a cracking sound. The cool damp air of the underground passage feels good against the commander's hot skin, but the chittering of the Vescavors becomes even more intense. The commander finds himself in a labyrinth of underground passages. These are obviously not natural caverns, although the stonework of the underground aqueduct, quite a rarity for Sarkoris, is almost completely hidden under a layer of swarming Vescavors. The walls, the ceiling, and the floor squirm and move like the bowels of a living creature. The insects block all the passages except for one, and this passage is growing smaller by the minute, prompting the commander to move faster. The passage ends abruptly, and the commander finds himself staring down in a huge well. The passage is dimly lit, but the bottom of the well is lost in impenetrable darkness. This could be the area beneath the water tower, but it's possible to know for sure without a map of the city's underground passages. The well is filled with the sound of buzzing Vescavors, and the commander can smell their sweet scent wafting up from the darkness. The smell reminds him of the sweet caramel sold at Kenabre's City Festival. Memories of that day come flooding back. For a moment, the commander feels as though he's back in a town square. As if in answer to his thoughts, the giant figure of the Skari rises up from the depths of the well. Suddenly, a crossbow bolt pierces the demon lord, and the figure dissipates into thousands of swarming Vescavors. Both the Skari and the bolt were formed out of insects. More scenes flash before the commander's eyes. Ash and smoke fill the skies during the battle for Dresden, leaving a sour taste on the commander's tongue. Both familiar and unfamiliar people and places appear for a moment and then vanish. It is as if some unknown creature is trying to see into the commander's mind and access his memories. Yet the creature seems tentative and cautious, almost as if seeking the commander's permission. The commander decides that it's time to... There is a swarm, Mythicbot. Allow the hive mind of the Vescavors into his consciousness. Fight back against the Vescavors. The commander musters up his strength and manages to free himself from the hive mind of the Vescavors. The visions fade, and the silent conversation comes to an end. For a moment, the swarm hovers quietly in the air before launching itself at the commander. He quickly decides to fight or flee. Fight. The commander tries to attack the swarm, but there are just too many Vescavors. The dead insects are immediately replaced by others in an endless, relentless onslaught. There's only one thing to do: flee. Try to escape the swarm. Vescavors attack him from every direction as he rushes back up to the narrow passage to the surface. The swarm is so dense, some of the Vescavors end up biting and devouring their own kin. The buzzing of the insects is so loud it sounds like the rumble of an erupting volcano, yet somehow he managed to escape unharmed. The commander gave the swarm the information it wanted. The Vescavors will not stand in his way. The swarm bids the commander farewell and flies back down the well. The commander is free to leave. After being in a cool air underground, the heat outside feels even more unbearable. The sightless eye of the city residents are fixed on the commander. When the commander glances around at the silent onlookers, he feels an overwhelming desire to burn this place to the ground. Leave this place as quickly as possible. Burn to the ground. The commander sets the city ablaze, but he makes sure that no harm comes to the temple of Gozrek at its center. No one tries to extinguish the fire. The Vescavors leave their shelters of flesh behind and fly away in all directions. The rotting corpses turn to ash and the walls are covered in soot. As the roaring inferno subsides, the crackling of the flames is replaced by another sound, the sound of running water. Streams of clear water flow out from beneath the door of Gozrek's temple and cascade down the entrance's steps. The underground stream that has bubbled up in the surface signals the return of the deity who once presided here. The commander feels the touch of Gozrek's blessing. A gust of fresh air gently caresses his face. Domora has been freed. The city is no longer a Vescavor trap. We gain diplomacy out of it, 6,000. That is one way to resolve this. Now we're gonna see what happens if I burn it down to the ground immediately. And then we're gonna check what happens if I attack the swarm instead of following the same swarm. Guys, hello to everyone. How you doing, people? City in the wasteland. Explore. Knowledge. Nenio. Perception. Plan. I haven't been to the marketplace and to the gem street. Let's go to the marketplace. What the fuck? As the commander moves further into the city, he hears the hum of voices and the sounds of conversation coming from the marketplace. It seems the city is still inhabited. The commander heads toward the market square and sees creatures of all races trading with one another. Demons and other creatures scurry around between the stalls in the sunbaked square. The hot wind carries with it foul stench of rotting flesh. As the commander gets closer, he realizes that the customers and vendors are only pretending to trade. They move around aimlessly, occasionally shouting out incomprehensibly nonsense. Many of them are missing limbs, and a few are even headless. They pick up pieces of rotting flesh from stalls piled high with body parts. Some of them try to attach these putrid limbs to their bodies, while others stuff the rancid flesh in their mouths. Horses with lolling tongues roam through the crowd. A headless crusader staggers toward the commander. One of his hands is missing, and a stick has been shoved in its place. He holds out a basket of rotten apples. A buzzing voice from the empty hole in his breastplate utters the words "Marketplace, buy, move along." The commander decides to take an apple, turn around, leave, burn the place to the ground, take an apple. Amused by the odd behavior of a dead man, the commander takes an apple from the basket. However, the corpse refuses to leave. Instead, the crusader grabs the commander's hand with such force, he nearly yanks the commander's arm from his shoulder. "Pay the market price," whispers the buzzing voice from within the armor. "You can't push a fucking legend, okay? You can't. Look at my athletics." "Lash out at the dead man." The commander lashes out at the dead man and sends him flying. There is a wet, squelching sound, and the crusader releases the commander's hand and lands on the ground a dozen feet away. The corpse gets back to his feet and staggers away as if nothing happened. As the commander moves further into the city, he hears the hum of voices and the sounds of conversation coming from the marketplace. It seems the city is still inhabited. We already read through this. This is the same. Burn the place to the ground. Immediately this happens and yay. We take a stroll into every alleyway until we get the maximum out of it, because I like this parts of the game a lot, and too bad there's only like 3 or 4 in the entire game. I know it's hard to write all of this and most of the people won't even read it, but I really like it a lot. Interactions like this, without the actual gameplay, it's also very fun. Explore the mysterious city, knowledge menu, perception land. We go to the marketplace, we take an apple, we use athletics, go back, turn around, we go to the gem street. You see now Swarm is not there anymore. Let's see, I've never seen the Gem Street. Gem Street was once full of gambling dens, brothels and city taverns. Now all that remains are empty buildings and open doors that lead down into darkness. However, this does not seem to bother the local residents. Creatures of all different races stand beneath the remaining street signs. They sway from side to side and occasionally shout things as though they're trying to lure in the customers. There are some demons scattered among them, but they do not seem interested in attacking. A diverse crowd of customers stagger through the street. Every once in a while, one of them will walk into a ruined building, stand amidst the rubble for several minutes, and then rejoin the activity outside. A demon with his jaw torn off approaches the commander. A buzzing voice speaks a single word through the hole in his hull: pleasures. The commander decides to Yes, the dead demon what kind of pleasures this place can provide. Ask. The demon doesn't answer. The buzzing, squirming Vescavores gather in dark recesses of its empty eye sockets. Their movement is hypnotizing, and the commander involuntarily takes a step closer. I got a strong will. By sheer force of will, commander manages to shake off the trance and step back. This would be so fucking hard without a legend mythic pot, okay? You wouldn't have so high skill checks. Legend provides these skill checks. You just can't fail. Turn around and go back. Leave the city and burn the place to the ground. And there was Vescavores also. Burn this place to the ground. Again, 6,000 diplomacy. What is the right choice? If I go for the swarm, I can't go to the market, I can't go to the gem street. That's how things stand. Now we need to decide what is the right choice. I think they get some information out of you if you follow the swarm. The Scotty gets some information out of you. This is the first fail I've seen in a while. I want to see that swarm again and then decide what I want to do. Jesus Christ, the trolling now. Hit the square. Follow the swarm, attack the swarm. Attack the swarm this time. The swarm does not try to fight back, instead it scatters, the insects fly away unarmed, and then return to the same position a moment later. Follow the swarm. Widen the hole. This requires a swarm mythic bot, okay. Allow the hive mind of Escavors into his consciousness. I never seen that. The commander allows the swarm to enter his mind, and suddenly he has a vision that feels so real it's almost like a memory. The commander is standing in Dresden, or is it Kenabres, or maybe even Nerosian. In the vision, he's watching the sunset over the city of Dresden, or Kenabres or Nerosian. A priest of some unknown deity approaches the commander. The priest, the commander isn't sure if it's a man or a woman, has no face. There is only a mouth where the face should be, and when the mouth speaks, its words sound like the buzzing of thousands of insects. We are Verbovezor. Verbovezor has heard about the one who defeated the mighty demon hordes. It harbors a special hatred toward this guy, and would like to know more about his weaknesses. It wishes to fight this demon lord and defeat him. Verbovezor wants to fight the Skari. If you decide to let them into your mind. Ask who Verbovezor is and where it is from. What is this shit? The answer does not come immediately. Then the commander sees the purple skies and the abyss cover the city of Dresden, or is it Kenabres or Nerosian? Verbovezor has spent years gnawing the flesh of fallen demon lords, but now a man from Domora, the city of great herds, has summoned it to fight the barbarians. A pathetic bunch of mortal thugs. Verbovezor crawls up from the depths, and when the mortal fool opens the way into Golarion, Verbovezor flies up and devours the city it was summoned to defend. It leaves behind a hollow shell, a city of empty streets and silent buildings. The city walls will lure passing travelers into a deadly trap. But silence is not what a swarm craves. There is no life, no thought in the silence. Verbovezor wants to understand everything. It wants to comprehend Golarion, to make it a part of itself. This thing wants to consume the entire Golarion with insects. That's what it wants. It wants to become Golarion, just as it has become this city. It wants to incorporate all of Golarion's essence, all of its life into itself. But there are some obstacles. There are those who wish to plunge Golarion into oblivion. Verbovezor hates the Skari. It hates Baphomet. They must be destroyed. In the commander's vision, the sound of cicadas, cicadas fills the air as the sun sinks below the horizon. They grow louder and more impatient, echoing the noise of the agitated Vescavors in the well. The commander tries to focus and tells Verbovezor everything about his encounters with the Skari, Baphomet, and their servants. Bluff agrees to tell Verbovezor about his encounters with the Skari, Baphomet, and servants, but keeps some of the key details secret. Day passes into night, and then night becomes a day. Verbovezor thanks the commander politely for telling the truth, and promises to help the commander in battle if he continues to be a good ally. Verbovezor assures the commander that it will remember his scent and come when needed. The commander chooses to evil accept the swarm's help, reject the swarm's offer. The commander gave the swarm the information it wanted. The Vescavors will not stand in his way. Swarm bids the commander farewell and flies down back the well. The commander is free to leave after being in a cool air underground. Burn the place to the ground. And now Gozrek is happy. Now I need to make a choice. We've seen everything there is. Like, there are 5-6 options here. And one of them I can't see because I did a pet of the swarm. But... what shall we do? I won't even go to the swarms. Go to the marketplace. Take an apple. Athletics. Continue. Turn around and go back. Go to the gem street. As the demon what will. Continue. Turn around and go back. Burn the place to the ground and get diplomacy 6000. Gozrek is happy. We ignored those Vescavors, and that's about it. That's my choice. Save. I don't want to mess with the swarms. I don't like them at all. Now I should go to the Lepping Caves. That's a long fucking trip. Although I could pass where Pulura Fall is. Let's go. Get the army. Stargazer of the Pulura Fall Shrine have shared their knowledge with the commander. The commander will gain a powerful weapon that could one day affect the outcome of the entire war. I want to upgrade logistics. Can't believe I'm close to the end, by the way. Now let's see if we can pass. Forgotten secrets. Nadia's puzzle. Let's go, let's clear them up. Only the shit remains, and I liberate all areas from demons. Kalavakus' shears. Jesus. I don't want to waste anything. Jesus. Things just to kill my cat. What are these? Hedge Knights. Not bad. Not bad at all. Had I put Heroes of Might and Magic? Why 5? I don't get why everyone is speaking about Heroes of Might and Magic 5, man. When you speak about Heroes of Might and Magic, I only see 2 or 3, but not 5. Baphomet's demons spread no effort in breaking the stones of the solid rock. It wasn't until after the Crusaders finished them off and examined the mountain that they finally realized the reason for the termination. There is a vein of mithril in these rocks, a rare and extremely valuable metal. A demon army. Brimorax will play. Wallachia. Nice. Play 15 times in a row. Oh. Oh. A demon who reigned here worshipped neither Baphomet nor Discari. With the help of his minions, he had built himself a little fort and used it as a base to mistreat many captured mortal slaves. Oh, big armies. If you ask me, the most iconic turn-based real-time strategy was King's Bounty. That's how Heroes of Might and Magic came to be. King's Bounty. After all, it was the same devs. 80% of the devs were the same. Let's clear them up. The last area. And the damage. And the damage. A pack of plague beasts had settled in what remained of the ancient war camp. As one Crusader bard told us, the camp likely belonged to the warriors who followed Aradan into the battle against the demonic invasion around 300 years ago. After clearing the camp, the Crusaders collected everything of value and left. Gargoyles. Thank you, motherfuckers, by the way. Very thank you. They're gonna take forever. Don't wanna waste a single spell. Holy shit, that right from there. Is it? At the bottom of the small ravine, where gargoyles used to dump their victims, warriors find many broken bones and punctured skulls. The warriors erect a burial mound of the stones over the remains. But the belongings of the dead that failed to interest the winged monsters were retrieved and sent to the army's treasury. Huge crit on those things. Huge crit. I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't watching the stats of units because I don't care, to be honest. I really don't care. These assassins, they're probably my favorite unit. They're not the strongest in health nor in damage, but they're so fucking cool. Listen, I'll know for the second run with the Crusader army what to take and what not to take, for sure. But I can't say I made bad choices because it's easy. No matter what you take, it's gonna work if you position well. No matter the general or the army, everything works. There are things that absolutely suck, like they suck ass. Those high health shield bearers with 0 damage and things like that, okay? But most of the units are good. Surrounding the enemy camp was a palisade, bearing the bodies of unfortunate clerics impaled on its spikes. The soldiers removed the remains of those martyrs carefully, then buried them with honors. The Crusaders' hearts are overflowing with a desire to make the enemy pay, as if gods themselves instigated the flames of rage in their souls. I wanna see skeletons. Let's liberate. These are disgusting. They got champions. They got grave knights. They got leeches. 99 leeches. Sharpshooters. I'll throw a holy bomb. You don't like holy bomb, do you? I those leeches. Kill those archers. Let them come to us. These are the knights, yeah. Wait them. Wait them. That's a lot of balls. Don't know what to get. Enervation permanent. Target unit receives -4 penalty to all abilities, force, attack, armor class, saving throws, and 20% penalty to maximum HP of that effect. These are strong, extremely strong. Holy shit when they crit. Holy shit. Case does wonders. That was disgusting. Don't know why I didn't move. That would be dead if I moved. Where are you going? City rest is down. Capture all regions of the Whirlwind. Endgame. Done. An ancient necromancer has settled in a remote corner of the Whirlwind and made a deal with demons, promising to serve them in exchange for their protection. Undead guards kept their watch on the towers of this terrifying castle, and by the castle wall a tiny settlement emerged, inhabited by intimidated slaves. Now their imprisonment is over. That was the last fort. I never used that Mets flop to boost the other. Let's clear them. What's remaining? And we can focus on CRPG only. No more Crusade battles. What you got there? Dragons. Raven. Liches. Vampires. And more liches. Ace. Ace. Crit. Really, you recover health when you hit. Maximum level here. The Crusaders encountered a group of volunteers from Ustalav who joined the Crusade around 60 years ago. Unfortunately, their leader, an influential noble, turned out to be an undercover vampire. He corrupted his army, spreading the plague of undead among the soldiers. Before putting his unholy corpse to the torch, the Crusaders stripped his body of the ancient relics of his family. A shitload of dragons now. Without initiative. But very, very hard to kill. Once upon a time, an altar of dragon god Apsu stood atop the high mountain. His noble children used to protect the place of power from demons, but the corruption of the world would devour their bodies and minds, turning them into undead monsters. However, even having lost their sanity, they never harmed the sacred altar. Can't move anymore. Said I wanna go to the Leffing Caves. Why can't I pass through here? Demon army approach. What? Where? They come from east. Logistics 3-4. What's a famous recruiter? New volunteers. Trainable units growth. Seven, 6, 7, 8, 7. Just to check what's here, nothing else. No, I fucked up. Get back. Thank God. Having exterminated the Revener dragons and their undead slaves, the Crusaders discovered a huge cave full of treasures. The greed of those dragons were so insatiable that they couldn't abandon the throne even after death. 15,000 finance points. Let's see if we can go for this. What the fuck are you? Nightcrawler. Burn. There you go. Grave Knights. Oh, that's nothing, goddammit. You should have seen the biggest dragon in the Crusade. It covered from here to here with his wings when he dropped down. I couldn't see half of the map. Act 5 feels unfinished. That's how it is. How many times you will play in a row? Having dealt with the undead, the soldiers start scouting the neighborhood, looking for surviving enemies. One of them attracts his comrade's attention with a shout. He's found some stones that look like the roof of Sarkorian house. After some digging, the soldiers find ruins of an inn and the remains of a trade caravan that was carrying some valuable cargo, but was never able to leave the shelter. One army left to deter back. Only one army left. That's the last army. No more crusade battles, man. The last one. Oh, I got dominated from Lilitus. How can a 15 Lilitus dominate 320 units? Explain me where's the logic in that. I get it if 300 Lilitus can dominate 600 of my units, but how can 15 Lilitus dominate my units? What the fuck? Come on. In a torn that served as the command base of the defeated unit, the soldiers find several notes with instructions from the infamous demon of the Threshold Fortress. After studying them carefully, the officers drew a number of important conclusions of demon tactics. Whether these conclusions are correct or not remains to be seen in the levels to come. Believe it or not, that's it. Not a single demon army remains. The entire map is done. This is available in 2 days, 2 hours, and 7 minutes. We can go back. They're barely moving. It doesn't matter, make whatever you want. That's the map. What happened with colors? Everything is light somehow. Let me reload. I think it's something with the graphics. It's not that light. The brightness was off. Was the color like this? Or I'm going crazy? No, the color was right like this. What is the color now? Look at the change. Like it's a new game. Or was the last save where it was fine? This one. I don't know what caused it. You brought light to the world. What? Angel, thanks for the follow. No, it's just bright and that's it. It's just bloody bright. Let's start. The reward for beating all the demon armies is a bright path. They could easily remove the crusade, but it's very simplistic. And it takes a lot of time too. But it's extremely simplistic. What's wrong with the crusade armies is that they bar your movement on the map. You need to do it if you want to move on your own pace. That's what's wrong with it. As I said, I really believe that Kenabres is the best done map in the game. By far. No, it's just bright. I think that's really the reward for clearing the demon armies. All demon armies. Everything is just bright. Was this the classic color? I can't tell anymore, to be honest. There is abyssal corruption. Like it was bugged, I was never receiving abyssal corruption. Choice affects the priestess of Calistria.
Anything new?
She's been casting with Wrath. Weaken Wrath.
Please.
Meditate on your mistakes.
I will help
Might
where I
make you feel
can.
better. Operare sentes. Oggi ad Ayana. Luminosi travisi. Patrizio Turino. Amranda Gratio. Irimosi Travis. Ona Adayana. Irimosi Travisi. Amrone Sentes.
Rules are made to be broken.
Ona Adayana.
You are my favorite aide. refuse to accept their statement. Are we ready to move out?
The beard is so completely broken. I just, this is unfair, yeah. I stumped them. The game lost its balance completely. I mean, maybe it was their point for the game to lose balance. Since you are maximum level. It was enough with suffering, I guess. But still. There was one challenging fight, it was with a bladesmith. A real challenging fight.
Move out!
Missed me already.
Oh, yes, what?
Now shall escape!
Let's look what I did to them. Just look what I did to them.
I'm done with you.
This is unfair. Also believe I could easily solo them. Easily. This looks like a reused asset for a map. I already seen the map exactly like this. Mythic Merilith Executioner Leader. Unfair Mythic Merilith Executioner Leader is quite tough. Quite tough.
I'm always open to ideas.
I'm losing my temper.
Fabrizio Turinos, University Trophy.
No reason to pause.
Anything new?
The struggles never cease.
Yet?
You called?
Let's move already.
A bright future awaits us. Rely on me.
It's a cleave. I fuck it, Nenio. Fuck it. What are you doing in front of her face?
Let's move already.
Fabrizio Turinos, University Trophy.
Rely on me.
Oh, yes, what?
Meditate on your mistakes. The
I
pleasantries.
make you feel better.
All this waiting bores
Together,
me.
we stand.
my dream.
A bright future awaits us.
They can't even react. I kill them faster than they got their initiative. And of course this is bugged. A blood freezer. Dueling sword. +5 bleed, icy burst, frost, finesse wielding. When you confirm a crit, enemy must pass a force saving throw, become unable to attack with weapons for 2 rounds. One-hander. Exotic. Icy burst. Frost damage, bleed damage. Nice sword! No one can use it. What's this? What's this? Let's see where it leads to. I'm in the abyss. Lavakias. Yeah.
Ready to move out?
Kill that fucking Lavakia. That's mythic. Level 61. 88 armor class. And they got a Baylor too.
I'm losing my temper.
We will win this war.
This is challenging enough for us.
Into the fray.
This is challenging.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
Behind is a Melian succubus dead on 28. I just got him down. 88 armor class, man. Holy shit.
This condition is irrational.
Holy shit.
This is not my time yet.
Holy shit. Toughest enemies in the game are Vavakias, by far. It's like the first challenging fight on Longplay. We want Scylla. Trample. Huge damage reduction.
leave a bruise. No glory without risk!
Diran got dominated from the succubus. And take this a bit more seriously. It's not that easy now.
Are we ready to move out?
No, it was bones where I got 13.
Fighting
You
for a
are
righteous
right,
cause is
Ray.
certainly different from a simple massacre. The former is more bloody and performed with pinkies out.
Na orman. Na orman. Na orman. Na orman. Na orman. Na orman.
Ugh, the waiting's never fun.
Ona Adayana. Omronda Gratior. Enemosi Travisi.
You require my unbiased opinion?
Orman.
Rely on me.
No one stands in my way.
Enemosi Travisi.
Together we stand. No reason to pause.
Yes, what?
Please, allow me.
Anything new?
Oh, skip the pleasantries.
I'm prepared.
I need summons.
You've crossed the wrong
I'm always
mongrel.
open to ideas.
I welcome your company.
Yet another obstacle.
This condition is irrational.
Ej! Co je to? Co? Ah, look what my wife made. Oh, pancakes with strawberries. Good luck. I need it. Just in time.
Assist me at once.
This will leave a bruise.
Fabrizio Curino!
That shit is good. And this fight is hard. Maritza!
Are we ready to move out?
Where is the good hope? Mrvice.
Oh, yes, what?
Mrvice.
The light take you.
None shall escape!
This condition is irrational.
This will leave a bruise.
I dedicate my body to science.
I'm all right. I'm all right.
Oh, they got Prolikai Assassin too. What the fuck? That thing is also 50 plus. This is a very hard fight. Alright. Completely optional, but extremely hard.
This will leave a bruise.
Haha. Very funny, man. Very funny. Man, I need this against negative levels too. It's unreal. Okay.
Rules are made to be broken.
Hardest thing I've seen in a game so far is this shit. We get the extra health also. Not everyone. Should work.
Are we ready to move out?
This is where I shine.
Skip the pleasantries.
Anything new?
Battles await.
I have the aspect of war.
I will prove my worth.
Out of my sight!
Let's move already.
The waiting is never fun.
Oh, yes.
None shall escape!
Yeah, damn it with this wisdom damage. My entire HP with one hit. Nice in it all. Okay.
I'm always open to ideas.
Battles await.
Oh, the waiting's never fun.
Meditate on your mistakes.
The struggles
Might make you
never
feel better.
cease.
Oh, skip the pleasantries.
Anything new?
I was never good at stealth, but I'll try.
Let's move already.
We will
Are we
win
ready
this
to move
war.
out?
I welcome your company.
I shall not be swayed from my path. Lissano Dani.
Let's have some fun.
I'll remove this obstacle.
Next!
Reduce armor class from 88 to 84. Šta? Ajde da završi. Kako? Ne. Kako? Ne mogu da zidem. Za 5 minuta.
Leave a bruise. I'm all right. I'm all right. The light take you!
Die!
No glory without risk!
My wounds pile on. You've crossed the wrong mongrel. This is not the end.
The waiting is never fun.
Struggles never cease.
Patricio Turinos!
Let's prove their logic is lacking.
Into the fray! The light take you! No glory without risk!
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
This'll leave a bruise.
Che Diran, you moron.
Did you see that?
I'm all right.
You narrow, they can pass.
I will prove my worth.
Your voice.
The waiting is never fun.
I'm always open to ideas. You are my favorite aide.
I welcome your company.
No time for debates.
I will resist!
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
The inheritor. Guide my blade.
Please allow me.
Rely on me.
You require my unbiased opinion?
I welcome your company.
Yeah, Mentor. And probably the hardest thing is this now in the game. Is in case worth to buy, I don't know, I haven't played it, I only played Alpha.
Are we ready to move out?
Missed me already.
No time for debates.
Into the fray!
Not like I need that deal.
The light, take you!
Wounds pile on. This is not the end.
This will leave a bruise.
Missed me already.
Bend my dream.